Hello awesome people of YouTube, welcome back to another series. This game is going to be between Liquid Bunny and Harstem. Now, just a bit of details about the players. Obviously I've just cast a game from Harstem. This is, he's from Team Invasion Esport and he is from the Netherlands. Now Bunny I haven't cast in quite a while. It was actually about a week ago last time I cast him, and as it shows here, he's from Team Liquid and he is from Denmark. So it's going to be a Terran versus Protoss. Something that I really like to watch because I myself am a Zerg player, so I don't really get that much exposure to this when playing games myself. Or rather, I don't get any exposure to it at all. So let's have a quick look at what's going to be started here. Now we do have a refinery being put up pretty much very similarly timed as the barracks, which suggests to me that he is going to be doing a Reaper beginning. Now quite standard at the moment for Reapers is to basically start with one Reaper and then start a production of Marines. Now obviously we're going to see if that's going to be what's happening, or if he's going to continue on with Reaper harassment, because that is also quite popular with Terrans these days. They're very difficult to deal with. But then again, as a Protoss, you have adepts that could pretty much three-shot them if I'm not mistaken. So it might not be the best of idea to do a massive Reaper harass after the initial Reaper scout. Now just about lining up for an expansion here. If you notice, there's an expansion for Harstem as well. So so Bunny's expansion is a little bit later. Now what is this? This is a cybernetic score. So oh, there we go. There was a pause. So luckily we don't have to wait for the pauses, this gets just filtered out of the replay. Now there is a double gas here on the way, or already up, so I wonder, is this going to be a lot of adepts? He's probably going to throw up a few of them just simply to defend against any potential Reaper harass. Now yeah, there we go, we do have a reactor on the way, so this means that he's probably going to start Marine production out of this afterwards. And a factory on the way as well, so probably not going to be a huge Marine play at the very beginning here. Marine or Reaper, as a matter of fact. Just follow this around a little bit. Doesn't quite get the second hit on that, so Reaper is going to be safe, backing on up. And this expansion is now up. What are we having here? It's a robotics facility. So it's going to be interesting to see. Are we going to have warp prisms, or are we going to have disruptors coming out of that shortly after? I'm thinking that it's going to be a adept warp prism play, just simply based on the double gas that I saw earlier on. So I do think that's going to be there. Two Marines coming out already at this point, so he's going to start Marine production. Now chances are he's going to... Oh, there we go, yes, it's a starport on the way, so a 111 build is in progress. Now looking at this, 111 build, typically, if he goes for a dropship right now, or medevac rather, which he does appear to be not doing. That's interesting. So he might be swapping this out with the barracks. Oh no, never mind. He's actually going for a tech lab. So I wonder, is he going to go for Banshees in this case? Yeah, Banshee play. This is something we definitely don't see that often. Now in terms of 111, if you go for Marine and medevac, you would see the first medevac reaching the enemy base roughly at about 4 minutes 30. So obviously at this point he is potentially going to be preparing for that. There we go, we do have a pylon in the back here, and that is there simply to basically ward off with an overcharge if there is any sort of drop play going on. As you can see here, a pylon as well, and the third base on the way also, almost complete at this point. Now let's see this. Now this observer has not seen that much yet, so as soon as he sees this reactor, and there we go, he's going to be at this point aware of what's going on. He's going to know that there's Banshees on the way. He's probably going to throw up a few cannons somewhere. It does have Blink on the way, so that's something cool. But he's definitely going to know what's coming out of this at this point. Obviously, he's sitting there just in case to see what we're going to see. But I do think he is pretty aware at this point what this is. Now we do have 2 more barracks on the way with tech labs actually. This is quite peculiar here, just throwing down these defensive marines to prevent any sort of warp prison play. There we go, the Banshee is now here, getting nuked, absolutely nuked by that overcharged pylon. A good response from Harstem. Now at this point he's going to completely stop any sort of Banshee play. I mean, with a few stalkers on the field it's pretty much impossible to deal with this. Or to continue with this. So as you can see he is transitioning a little bit into a bit of bio play. So he does have marine shields, he does have stim up. A 3rd command center, so obviously he's thinking of a 3rd base already. But there we go, we do have another Banshee here. So this is the 2nd one that was being produced, but as you can see he has stopped production of that altogether at this point. So there isn't really that much that he can do at this point with these Banshees. Probably just maybe catch out some reinforcements maybe, or perhaps, I don't even know what he could do that much. Maybe destroy some pylons every now and then, but he really can't do much until these stalkers go away. There is an observer here to spot it if it's invisible, so not that much you can do. Alright, there we go. Look, Banshee here on the back. It is going to spot the robotics bay.
Research.
Oh, wrong button. So he's obviously going to spot that there could be a potential for disruptors on the way. Now the 2 medevacs unloading here. 2 more medevacs on the way. So this is quite a lot of units to be transporting around on medevacs. Question is going to be, is he going to use them as a ground force or is he going to use them for harassment? Because based on this, he can definitely make use of this Banshee if he can force away these units. But at the same time, can he do that? There we go, we do have a few adepts warped in there as well. Let's see what he's going to do with this. Now this Protoss army is actually quite big, so he definitely want to be backing up away. Not to get caught here. Very, very quickly getting cleaned up. Now there we go, a big drop here, actually taking out a pylon and empowering this one gateway. He's going to want to back up now. I don't think that it's worth losing all of his units for this, but looking at this, actually it does seem to be going in his favor right now. He is taking out all of the Protoss units. Overcharges are helping on the back around a little bit, but these units are now getting cleaned up. There's about an equal force at this point. Just 2 units left from the Protoss player, but at the same time, if you look at that, just 3 left. 2 Marines, 1 Marauder, getting lifted up and taken away. So I would argue that that trade was probably a little bit worth it. Definitely worth it indeed. 18 probes going down for Harstem. So a big economy crippling situation here. Let's have a look at the APM tab. What are they doing? Like, the Harstem is at 400 plus APM. Oh wow, a Colossus on the field. This is definitely something you don't see these days. And the question for it is, why don't we see many Colossus? 12 damage times 2. Range is very small, so obviously you need to get the extended lance. Terminal lance, I think it's called. Yep, extended terminal lance. But 12 damage times 2 is 24 damage. It's not actually that much. I mean, it's more guaranteed damage than a Disruptor, but Disruptor one-shots so many units. Now this medevac just chilling with his buddies, her buddies. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. There's 2 Colossus on the field right now. So that's definitely interesting. And the funny thing is he's getting armor, but he's not getting any shields or damage. It's definitely a little bit unorthodox. And a 3rd Colossus on the field also. This is very peculiar. There's a big force gathering here as well for Bunny. At this point, I'm absolutely confused as to what's going to go on here. I think that based on this force, the Protoss army is going to absolutely decimate it. One Colossus getting picked up quite easily here, so this is quite interesting. Another Colossus possibly going to die here. No, does get blocked by the Stalkers, and it is remaining now. He doesn't have Thermal Lances as of yet, so it is a little bit dangerous for the Colossus to stick around. At this point, he definitely wants to back off and pretty much defend himself. This Nexus does not get cancelled out. Does a bit of damage, but doesn't really break through anything. And these medevacs just gonna huddle on away with no units remaining. Now this pylon up here, I wonder, is this just a scouting pylon or if it's going to be used for anything specific? Okay, we have a warp prism setting up here. Going to bring that on away. And he's going to spot the fort base pretty much straight away right now. Now he's going right past it. He's not really focusing on this right now. Obviously he's got a lot of things to worry about in his main base, but I do think that if he just unloaded these, it's only a little bit of his APM that would be required. There's a planetary fortress going down here, so as soon as that's up, this attack is pretty much warded off at that point. Now the Guardian circle is now up. Obviously Liquid Bunny in a very good position here to attack this. Gonna be taking out one unit by one. Does, I believe, take two hits to take out any of these units. This Liberator is now taken out, of course. And Harstem is in a very good position right now. He has a much bigger force than Bunny. And he's gonna chase him. Just getting a few free units. Now this is a very dangerous position for Bunny. He's gonna have absolutely no forces to deal with this as of this time. Oh wow, did I speak too soon? Look at all those Marine Marauders. Wow, that is huge. And he does have level 3 weapons as well. Only level 2 armor, but that is going to be complete now. So he's going to have 2-2 ready for this attack. Just about enough. And this is perfect. He is going to be stimming up here. Going to be engaging onto this and committing to it as well. Definitely wanting to chase this right now. He has a much bigger force. The Archon's getting absolutely decimated at this point. Nothing that Harstem can do about this force. And there we go. A GG is called. Beautiful gameplay from Liquid Bunny. Taking number 1. And we're going to move on to game number 2. Hi guys, thank you for making it all the way to the end of this video. This was game number 1 between Bunny and Harstem. I'm going to be moving on straight to the second game to cast that in just a few moments. Now if you want to follow me on social media, my details are on the right here. And of course my subscribe button is below underneath the video and inside the video underneath my face right now. So that's pretty much it. I'll end it here. See you guys in the next video. Good luck. Take care. Bye bye.